Hi, I'm Avery Davidson.
And I'm Kristen Oakes White. Thank you for joining us for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture, the only TV show bringing Louisiana farmers and consumers together every week.
The flood of 2015 continues in northwestern Louisiana, with the Red River cresting this weekend in Alexandria at 38 feet, 6 feet above flood stage. That's according to the National Weather Service.
The Red River has already crested in Shreveport, also at about 6 feet above flood stage there. These pictures are from the Governor's Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness. Floodwaters remain in upscale neighborhoods around Shreveport and Bossier City, even flooding the home of Caddo Parish Sheriff Steve Prater.
But it's not just the water from the river causing problems. The backwater building up in bayous from Caddo Parish all the way down to Rapides is flooding thousands of acres of cropland and prime grazing pastures. This is part of a 400-acre pasture near Oil City, Louisiana, where cattle graze. The fence is 5 feet high, and the old rusty combine used to sit high and dry.
3 years ago, we didn't have any grass due to a drought, the lack of water. Now we don't have any grass due to too much water, but this is the first time we've ever had to move the cows off this place.
Marty Woldridge moved 100 head of mama cows as the water from 12 Mile Bayou began to rise in his field. Woldridge says under this water is about 350 acres of Bermuda grass.
The Bermuda grass that's under us right now is probably toast for most of the summer.
Woldridge says he's going to start feeding hay early, and instead of having 200 bales of hay left over from the previous year like he normally would, Woldridge only has 50 because the winter was so cold and wet.
The hay that we're baling in the other fields that are dry, we may have to start feeding that hay, and we are probably, this part of the world is looking at a hay shortage headed into the winter.
Farther down the Red River in Natchitoches Parish, it's a similar scene. Backwater from Bayou Pier covers a pasture where the rancher had nowhere to take his cattle. Natchitoches Parish Farm Bureau President James Wagley says his friend sold all 200 head.
As he told me, he's out, he's done. He sold his cattle, he's through. It's just kind of heartbreaking when you see that happen to somebody that, you know, has done it their whole life, and this came about, and he's out.
Powhatan farmer John Danley is building a levee between the rising waters and his grain bins. You can see how close the water is as the mounds of dirt make a splash. Danley is protecting what he has because his fields are already lost. You can see the current as water continues to get into his corn, and it's likely not draining anytime soon.
They're saying that we could see this for up to a month, that we still have water, even though we crested, that we're still going to see high water. It's going to be on crops, it's going to be on fields that much longer, so the water's not just fixing to run off.
Commissioner of Agriculture and Forestry Dr. Mike Strain is meeting with farmers and ranchers impacted by the flooding. He's doing that to request a disaster declaration from the USDA. We'll have more on this story, including video from those meetings in Bossier Parish, on next week's show.